Menteri Luar Negeri Amerika Serikat Marco Rubio mengatakan rencana Israel untuk menduduki 70% wilayah Gaza bukanlah bagian dari usulan pemerintahan Donald Trump untuk mengakhiri perang. Pernyataan itu disampaikan Rubio pada Selasa ketika dicecar oleh anggota parlemen dari Partai Demokrat. Rubio membenarkan rencana Israel untuk menduduki 70% wilayah Gaza bersumber dari Perdana Menteri Benjamin Netanyahu. Namun hal itu bukan berarti mendapat dukungan dari Presiden Donald Trump. Rubio memberikan kesaksian di hadapan Komite Alokasi Anggaran DPR untuk membela permintaan anggaran Departemen Luar Negeri. Ia menghadapi pernyataan dari para anggota parlemen, mulai dari perang Iran, Gaza, Venezuela, hingga Kuba. Selama sidang tersebut, anggota DPR dari Partai Demokrat, Rosa DeLauro, menuduh pemerintahan Trump telah melupakan krisis di Gaza. Rubio menyangkal dengan mengatakan bahwa pemerintah saat ini sedang berupaya membentuk pasukan stabilisasi internasional. Dalam sidang tersebut, ia juga mengatakan bahwa Israel tidak memiliki klaim teritorial di Lebanon.
Israeli military strikes have escalated despite the ceasefire, pushing the total death toll to nearly 73,000. Late last week, Prime Minister Netanyahu ordered the IDF to seize 70% of Gaza in complete violation of the ceasefire agreement. So, Secretary, the State Department must take the lead for the U.S. implementing the president's 20-point plan. What is the status of implementation? What progress should we expect to see in the next few weeks? What is your response to Prime Minister Netanyahu's directive?
You're talking on Gaza?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So, well, because you started out talking about Iran. So let me just say I disagree
I
with
said in the meantime, the Trump administration seems to have forgotten about the crisis in Gaza.
No one's forgotten about it. I think luckily there's not active combat operations happening of the kind that we saw a few months ago, but it's still a challenge that we're going to work through. I just wanted to correct the record for a second. You said we had not achieved our stated aim, and I know you went through it in your opening statement.
No, if you don't mind, I have a limited time for questioning, Mr. Secretary.
No, but you gave
My
a long
question,
introduction, and then now you're going to answer some of these things?
No,
They just
well,
get
I
to
want
sit
to get to
there?
Gaza. I want to get to the 20-point plan, which is what my question is about implementing
gave a
the
speech
20-point
first.
plan. What is the status of implementation? What progress do we see in the next few weeks? What is your response
it.
to
So-
Prime Minister Netanyahu's directive?
Let me first start with the status. We are now at a phase where we should be having or want to have an international stabilization force that goes in and provides the security. This requires the demilitarization of Hamas, which right now they have not been willing to meet the conditions necessary. By the way, it's not just the United States that's complaining about it. Many of our partners in the region are pressuring Hamas to enter the demilitarization phase.
So there will be no progress with the 20-point plan unless there is a demilitarized Hamas.
Well, there
Is
are
that
other
correct?
elements of the 20-point plan that are ongoing. As an example, the plan for reconstruction and economic development and the donors that are coming forward to fund it, that continues to move forward and develop. It's just you can't implement it. No one's going to invest money in Hamas, in Gaza, until Hamas is demilitarized, because they know there's going to be another war.
These
They're not.
20 points were to be moving, I would think, and moving along with various phases of implementation as we go along here. In terms of also humanitarian aid, it is all laid out, but as I said, there are only two that have been apparently implemented.
No.
That is with 72 hours of the hostages will be released. So Netanyahu's directive, IDF sees 70% of Gaza. Just your view, because I need to move on.
Yeah, our view of it is, I think those comments he made last week in an appearance that he did somewhere, we have a plan. It doesn't call for that. And at the end of the day, we understand that what we want, and I think what the Israelis would ultimately want, is a Gaza that is governed by a non-Hamas.
So you have no opinion
people-
on the IDF seizing 70%.
Well, he
of
made that
Gaza.
statement, but that's
Well,
not
but
part of this plan. This plan doesn't call for that. What this plan calls for, and it's what we're committed to carrying out, is that
But
the
there
people
has
of
been
Gaza
no
are governed by-
implementation of the plan.
Well, that the people of Gaza are governed
let
by
me
a
just-
technocratic Palestinian government, a Palestinian.
Please, Mr. Secretary.
No,
we
but
go
you're
round
asking
and
me
round.
questions. You're not letting me answer.
Yes, you are answering them. No, you're not answering them because you don't have answers.
But you don't let me finish.
At the same time, the Israeli government has ramped up its pursuit of a de facto annexation of the West Bank. Oslo Accords have been torn up. Demolition orders for Palestinian villages are on the rise. Incidents of settler violence have surged with no accountability, and the construction of settlements and outposts continues at a rapid speed. Mr. Secretary, do you believe that the situation in the West Bank is one that leads to greater cooperation between Israelis and Palestinians, or will create conditions for a two-state solution and promote Israel's two-state solution, in my view, will promote Israel's long-term?
As the president has stated clearly and repeatedly, he is not in favor of these changes or these changes in the status in the West Bank, that it potentially complicates our ability to work out the deal in Gaza as
thank
well.
you.
And the president's been consistent. He has said this multiple times, and we've shared that with our Israeli counterparts as well.
Yes, and just very quickly, you want to clarify, use this opportunity, the president had a tweet about speaking with Hezbollah yesterday. Do you want to clarify for people what happened and anything that you'd like?
Well, we received communications via the Lebanese government and the speaker over there on behalf of Hezbollah as early as Sunday about that they would restrain from attacking Israeli territory if Israel did not take new strikes in Beirut. And so it came from Hezbollah, but through Lebanese authorities.
I think that clarification is important. Thank you.
It's one of the interesting things that's happening, and I know Senator Shaheen has a great interest in Lebanon. It's one of the most ironic situations in the world. The Lebanese government and the Israeli government could do a peace deal tomorrow. Israel has no territorial claims in Lebanon. And Hezbollah is in particular, in fact, Hezbollah has called for the overthrow of the current Lebanese government. The impediment in Lebanon is the fact that Hezbollah has embedded itself into that country and is the reason for all the suffering that's happening there right now and all the suffering that's historically happened. Entirely funded, entirely controlled by Iran. There is no Hezbollah without Iran. There is no Hezbollah without Iran. I mean, there might be a political movement with ideology, but they don't have a bunch of rockets. They don't have a bunch of weapons without Iran. They are a complete, total proxy of Iran, and that's the kind of activity that needs to be.
I want to come back to Hezbollah.